Hello, my name's Joe Saxton, and this is a vlog from heyheyjoe.info. What I'm going to talk to you today is about the 5 different ways that I think an individual trustee can make a difference to a board of trustees. How they, as an individual, can make things happen, can make a difference to the board, and not just sit there in board meetings wondering on why on earth they spend their time. Many board members won't feel that way, but I know if you're not a chair, if you're not a vice chair, if you're not the treasurer, if you're not on particular advisory committees, etc., sometimes it can feel difficult. So here are my 5 ways. Number 1 is to get to know members of staff. Make sure you find out who the different staff members are, what they're doing. That could mean going out to visit places, that could be going out to talk to people. It's important to remember you're there to ask questions. You're not there to direct anyone. You're not there to boss people about. You're there to soak up all that information about what's going on there. You're the eyes and the ears of the board. So when it comes to board discussions, you can say, I was talking to a staff member about this. I was talking about that. So that's the first thing. Get to know members of staff. The second thing is to get to know particular areas of work, and these two may go together. Go to find out what the people in fundraising are thinking, what the people in HR are thinking, what the people out there at the front line are thinking, who are looking after beneficiaries and clients and making sure the charity does its job. But get to know all those different areas of work. So again, you can be an expert, you can be somebody who says, when I was looking at this project in fundraising, what I was told was, well, these are the challenges, or we need to think more about this, or whatever else it is. So number 3 is to then push non-financial key performance measures. A lot of boards measure financial stuff very happily. They tell you how you're doing against budget. They then change the budgets when the figures aren't working out, etc. But it's really important to make sure you have the metrics for whether your organization is doing a good job. If you're on a company board, profit is what you care about. But if you're on a charity board, profit is not what you care about. Yes, of course, it's vital that you cover your bills. It's vital that you're getting in more money than you are spending in most cases. But what are the non-financial ways? Does that mean how many people are doing well on social media? It certainly does. But it also means a range of other things. What's happening with staff satisfaction and staff turnover? What's happening with what the people who use your services think about them? What's happening with all the different things that people are going to measure in order to try and make sure that you're doing a good job? Have you, as a board member, tried to make sure that you measure those things? You have some idea whether you're doing the mission that you are setting out to do as an organisation. Number 4 is being the grit in the oyster, to keep going at an issue until you tackle it properly. In the current climate, that could be making sure, are we really investigating diversity and inclusion as well as we should do? Are we making sure that anyone who's feeling bullied or harassed or having a hard time is being looked after? We have a well-being service, that people aren't being burnt out. There could be any number of things that you can be the little person who keeps going at something until you've really got to make the difference. Because every board needs those people who provide challenge, who say, what are we doing about this? And keep needling away. That terrier-like tenacity is one of the vital hallmarks of a good trustee. The last thing I'd like to suggest is to try and make sure that you as an individual get the board to make big decisions. That first of all means you need to identify what do you think the big decisions are. And then you need to make sure that the board makes those decisions and stick to them. In many cases, this is simply about having a strategy and making sure you follow the strategy. The danger is often that you have an agenda which is full up with matters arising and any other business and report backs from committees and people talking through the chief executive's report and so on. All of that's great, but actually it doesn't move the organisation closer. It doesn't make decisions. A board of trustees is not just there to listen, it's make decisions. It's to take the big decisions that make a difference. And that's why it's so important that trustees make sure you do that. And that's what an individual trustee can do. I won't deny for a moment that this dividing line between governance and management is not necessarily very clear. Often people seem to interpret it as you take a back seat and you let other people do stuff. I don't believe that. The role of a trustee is really difficult, but I do know that individual trustees can be really effective when they focus, when they work out what they want to do, in making sure that the organisation does a better job. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. It's short and simple for this one. Please do listen to the longer blog about the broader challenges, not of individual trustees, but the board as a whole, because this one and that one go well together. So thanks very much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do go to the Hey Hey Joe website again and find lots of good things to listen to. Thanks very much.